All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about one of the trickiest things to do in marketing, advertising in fintech. Financial technology. If you've ever seen an ad for a loan or an investment app and wondered how they pull it off in such a crowded space, well, you're in the right place. And it all boils down to one simple question.
So let me ask you this. Why is it so much harder to advertise a personal loan than, say, a pepperoni pizza? I mean, think about it. A pizza is easy. It's an impulse buy, it's delicious, we all get it. But a financial product? That's a whole different ballgame. It's complex and involves a ton of trust, and it's tied to some of the biggest decisions people make in their lives.
Look, any ad campaign has to worry about getting attention and staying on budget. That's just advertising 101. But with fintech, you've got all these extra layers of difficulty piled right on top. You're dealing with a minefield of government regulations, you're up against a ton of competitors who all sound pretty much the same, and you have to explain a really complex idea in like 3 seconds. It's just a much, much tougher game.
So how in the world do you actually win this game? Well, it all starts with the ad itself. This is your first point of contact, your digital handshake. If you don't get this part right, nothing else matters. This is where you have to hook them.
And it really boils down to 4 simple but super important steps. First, you have to be crystal clear. No confusing jargon. The person seeing it needs to get it, instantly. Second, you got to use the right keywords, the exact words people are typing into Google. Then you tell them why you're different. What's your unique value? Why pick you over everyone else? And finally, you tell them exactly what to do next with a strong call to action.
Let's look at a real-world example. Fast personal loans. Apply today. See? Clear, and it's packed with keywords. Get instant approval with competitive rates. No hidden fees. Bam! That's the unique value, and it directly tackles the biggest fears people have. And then, start your application now. It's a simple, unmissable command. Every single word in that ad has a job to do.
But here's the thing. Getting that click is only half the battle. Your ad makes a promise, right? Well, the landing page is where you have to keep that promise. This is where the rubber meets the road, turning a curious clicker into an actual customer.
A great landing page has to do a few things really well. First, it has to match the ad. If the ad says fast loans, the page better say fast loans. You have to keep it simple, make it super easy to find what they're looking for, and have really obvious Apply Now buttons. And this is huge, especially in finance. You have to build trust, and you have to do it fast. Oh, and of course, it all has to look and work perfectly on a smartphone.
And how do you build trust? This right here. This is gold. A simple quote from a real person. This testimonial from John D. does more to build confidence than a whole page of marketing jargon ever could. It instantly tells you, hey, this is legit, it's quick, and it works for people just like me. That kind of social proof is incredibly powerful.
Okay, so you've got your killer ad, you've got your trustworthy landing page, the campaign is out there in the wild. Now, the moment of truth. How do you know if any of this stuff is actually working? Well, you measure what matters, and it's probably simpler than you think.
It all starts with the absolute basics. Did our ad even catch anyone's eye? Did people care enough to actually click on it? And for that, we look at something called the click-through rate, or CTR. It's just the percentage of people who saw your ad and clicked. Think of it like a quick thumbs up or thumbs down from the internet. A high CTR means your ad's headline and its promise are really resonating with people.
Okay, great. They clicked. So what? Clicks don't pay the bills, right? The next and way more important question is, what did they do after they clicked? Did they actually sign up? And that's your conversion rate. This is like the final grade for your landing page. It's the percentage of people who landed on your page and actually filled out the application. This number tells you if your page did a good enough job building trust to get someone to take action.
And that leads us to the big one. The question the CFO is going to ask. You got clicks, you got some conversions, but did we actually make any money? Was it all worth it?
The answer to that is return on ad spend, or ROAS. Don't let the name scare you. It's super simple. It just asks, for every single dollar we spent on ads, how many dollars did we get back in revenue? That's it. It's the bottom line. It tells you if your campaign was a winner or a loser. And when you see it like this, it becomes crystal clear. In this example, you spent $1,000 on ads, and you brought in $4,000 in revenue.
That's a 4-to-1 return. You don't need a PhD in finance to know that's a fantastic result. That's a campaign you want to keep running.
So let's just zoom out for a second and put all these pieces together. We've talked about the ad, the landing page, and the numbers. When you link them all up, you get a really simple but incredibly powerful winning formula.
Here it is. Think of it like a chain with 3 links. The first link is a great ad that earns the click. That ad connects to the second link, a trustworthy landing page that drives the action. And that whole system is held together by the third link, clear metrics that prove it's all working. If any one of those links breaks, the whole thing falls apart.
So if you only remember a few things, remember these. 1. Fintech advertising is its own special beast. You got to respect the challenges. 2. Your ad needs to be brutally clear and direct. 3. Your landing page's #1 job is to build trust and fast. And 4. Measure what matters. Know your CTR, your conversion rate, and especially your return on ad spend.
So now you have the playbook. And I'll leave you with this thought. The next time you're scrolling and a financial ad pops up, what are you going to see? I bet you won't just see an ad anymore. You'll see the clear value proposition, you'll spot the trust signals, and you'll know exactly what they want you to do next. You'll see the playbook in action. Thanks for tuning in.